Good morning, you sexy mamma jammas here on the YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Today is now Tuesday, August 4th. We are about 10 miles from our pickup in Benson, North Carolina at the John Deere. But hopefully today has a nice smooth loading process. And we're taking these loads. We're going to end up in Wisconsin somewhere. We have a couple of stops in Michigan. First stop is in Kalamazoo, about 800 miles away. Somewhere in the 700 miles, 700 and some miles. I looked it up yesterday, but I forgot. The halfway point is in Charleston, West Bygod, Virginia. Depending on what time we get through there this evening, maybe, just maybe, we might stop there and have dinner with, I ain't got time to have dinner with everybody, but maybe call a couple and see if anybody's available for about an hour. Just have dinner with me, chat, catch up, see each other. Maybe not. Just depends on timing and this loading process, of course. And then tomorrow afternoon, we should probably go ahead and we'll probably wind up being in Kalamazoo tomorrow afternoon to drop off the first load, and the rest of them are within about 300 or 400 miles total of each other. So maybe have it all done by Thursday afternoon. That'd be great. I think that's 5 total stops. But I haven't looked at the stops in between, the distance between stops either. So I'm just guessing based off mileage away from my first stop and total miles for the trip. So we'll see how it all works out. And I appreciate y'all being here. Thanks for all the support. Let's just see how this trucking journey treats us today, shall we? Thanks for being here, y'all.
Crack a monster, greet the sun. Big blues humming, ready to run.
Oh, Mr. John Deere, we meet again. Can we have a pleasant experience this time, please? Pretty please. I would very much appreciate it. Very much so. You know, you're not really supposed to make a left to come out of here. They want you to exit to the right. But I don't reckon it's not against the law, but it's recommended to do so. A little easier when it comes to the turns. Because they're not quite as sharp on the way out versus the way in. Alright. We are hither. Swing wide, it's a freaking trailer. Alright, let's check in, shall we? Alright, we are in door C. One of the harder doors to get into because you got poles in front of you, so you don't have any room to like pull super far ahead. And it's back here to the end where it's the narrowest part of the lot. Usually, in order to get into a spot like this, you need to do the U-turn up in that part of the lot and back down in here, which I normally would have. But there are 2 trailers in this dock, and these docks next to me in A and B, and 5 spots next to me are empty. So I was able to come all the way down here to the end and do the U-turn here because there's no trucks in front of these trailers. It's just the trailers. So I was able to get in good position and get in here good. So I guess the advantage of being early is you ain't got nobody to deal with. A couple hours, every one of these spots are going to be full, and this would have been a pain in the ass to get into. Like I said, it's definitely one of the harder docks to get into because you got the poles right on the edge, which are there because you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 propane tanks over there. Kablooey. So, alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm fire up the laptop, transfer the last video files over the laptop, start editing. Hopefully have that up for you in a couple days. So Now we wait. It is now 8:55 in the a.m. Okay, it's 9:36. He just came out and said we're good to go. So it'll take a few minutes to get paperwork done at the office, but we're gonna head up there and get out of here. All right, so when I went back to paperwork's actually done really quick this time. I was like, wow, that's cool. And when I get back outside, they give you your paperwork and your seal, and you come back outside, you close it up. And my truck's not even my trailer's not even halfway full, maybe a third. 4 mowers and a pallet of parts. Okay, I'll take it. So I get back in the truck, and I'm chatting with my buddy because I just ordered the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8. I wasn't too convinced in the technology of the fold screens last year, which is why I didn't get the 8 then. I went ahead and I added a line and got this, the Fold 7, which is right here. Not the Fold, but the Flip, which is right here beside me. It's been, as you know, it's been in this hole ever since I got it. Now that line isn't technically ready for an upgrade, but I had the S23, and the reason I added a line last year just to get that Fold 7, because I didn't want to upgrade my 23, not like the 7, and then have my 23 not have it no more, right? So that's why I am getting the 8 this year, because the S23 will stop being supported over the next year or so when it comes to software updates and so forth, and then security stops shortly after that. So they're going to eventually stop servicing this model, and the 24, 25, and 26 weren't nowhere near good enough, in my opinion, or that much better versus the 23 Ultra to do an upgrade. But I'm doing the upgrade now for this Z Fold 8, which with the upgrade, it gives me $1,100 for this phone. So I'm not paying $2,200 for that damn Z Fold 8. I'm paying $1,100, which is what you'd pay for a brand new S23 or 4, 5, 6, or 7 outright. So, and I don't want to wait till January or February for the 27 to come out, because I do hear the 27 will be worth the upgrade by what I'm thinking. So, but anyhow, the 8 itself has been ordered, and I said it wasn't going to ship out till like the 7th. I got tracking information this morning. That thing's already shipped out of Indiana somewhere. So I was talking to my buddy. I said, hey, I hope you're home. I haven't got a day yet, and I wasn't expecting maybe a couple weeks for me having to get back down there so I can get my phone, right? Voila, it's going to be there probably for about a week or so before I can even get there. Anyhow, I'm hoping it's Friday. You get it. So my coordinator's calling. You know what? We'll call him back. That way, because he works from home on Fridays. So I'm like, hopefully you can be home, because it's going to require a signature. Then he tells me he's home Thursday and Friday because the kiddos go back to school this week. I'm like, what? I was like, holy crap, that summer break went by super, super fast. So I'm like, okay, it's August 4th today, right? I'm like, Lord have mercy, this year has just flown by. It's just like gone, patooey, gone. So, yeah, that sucks. But anyhow, we got the Z Fold 8 on the way. So to have it in a few days, and hopefully I'll have it in my possession in about a week. That's how they get you too. Yeah, we'll give you $1,100 for your S23 trade-in, because my S23, as soon as I buy a new phone, it goes in the outer box. It goes in the case. And screen protector. I've always said it. If you want to buy a brand new phone, be prepared to spend an extra $100, $150 on your case and screen protector. That's what you got to do. And it stays on. There's no water damage, and there's no cracks or nothing on the screen. So this phone's still in great shape. Anyhow, let me call Tony back, see what's up with him. Oh, and by the way, if you ever are interested in Mercer, you click that top link in the description. It takes you right to the Mercer application page, and it also tells them you came from me. That gives me referral credit in case you decide to sign on. And there's no guarantee on the fact, but if you want a great coordinator, you can request Tony Wells as your coordinator. I'm not saying you're guaranteed to get him, but he's my coordinator. You've heard me talk about him. He's a great guy. Once y'all learn each other, I'm telling you, he's a great dude. So if you want to request Tony Wells as your coordinator to help you get your foot going in here in Mercer and keep an eye on the board for you, you have a chance of getting him. No guarantee, but you can request him. All right, let me give him a call back, and let's see what he wants. What you want? You know, over the right before the weekend, told you I got some pretty upsetting news from back home here in West Virginia. I was just talking to some of the family. I thought it would either be next weekend or this coming weekend or even already done with. But it turns out services are this evening. I'm like, okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm about 90 miles from Charleston. I'm going to stay in Charleston this evening. I'm going to go see my people, see my buddy. And then head out early in the morning to start delivering this load. Now, when I get to Charleston, I'm going to be about 400 or so miles away from stop one. You know what? That's okay. It was meant to be, I guess. I didn't miss it. And I just happened to be coming through here on my way to Michigan. This load happened to be delayed a day. All right, so we're just a couple miles from our exit. We're gonna get off there. We're gonna get a room for the night. Get a shower, get cleaned up, and they'll be here in a couple hours to pick me up, and then we'll go do what the evening does and get back at it in the morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and you ain't gonna see me no more today, but I will. I'll see you tomorrow when we continue our journey. Good morning, y'all. It is now 4:15 in the a.m. I was planning on getting out right around 3, right off my 10, or 10-ish. But the gathering was a little later than I expected. We're just now pulling out of the truck stop. You can see we're getting on the interstate right now. We are going to stop at the pilot in Nitro, 19 miles. We're going to go ahead and top our tanks off there because it's nothing but higher from that point forward. Now, those of you that's been to this pilot in Nitro, West Virginia, you already know this is the worst truck stop layout in the history of truck stops layouts. It's just downright stupid. Because look, right here's the exit. You get off of it. Now, I will say the best thing about this place, okay, got some great showers, great water pressure, hot water, great showers. All right, now listen. We make this right, yeah? Right off of the exit. You already see some trucks lined up here on the side because there was nowhere for them else to go. This very first entrance, that is the vehicle entrance, the car entrance. The second entrance, this is not an entrance. That's a dumbass. This is not an entrance. That's the truck exit from the fuel island. Less than like 3 truck lengths from the exit. That's the exit. All right? The next entrance is the actual entrance, 1 truck length away. So imagine peak time, 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, truckers are trying to come in. They're coming off the exit, 18 deep off both directions. And then somebody's stuck right here because someone's trying to park. And then you got people trying to exit the freaking fuel stop. It's my God, it's a clusterfuck. You can sit here for hours. You can sit here for hours before you even move a truck length. It's so fucking stupid. It's so stupid. And this is the scene of the crime. I was parked right there on the left. We just passed it. This is the scene of the crime too. Remember when I got my hood jacked off there, I guess a couple years ago now? Yep, this is where it happened. Where my truck stop PTSD came from. It happened right here. I haven't stayed here since. Now I parked here. Look at this guy. Fuck you for coming in the wrong way. I ain't waiting on you. Nope, I ain't stopping for you. I'm going to go to the end here. And we're going to fill up right here. We had breakfast back at the Go Mart before we left. We had a sausage, egg, and cheese muffin and a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel. The bagel was hard, so I threw the bagel away. I just ate the innards. Innards? That sounded awesome, didn't it? Eating the innards. Alright. We don't need depth because we filled up. Well, we didn't fill up our depth there before we left North Carolina, but we did get like 6 gallons. So we're good on depth. We're just going to top off our fuel all the way. Right, we're about 3/4 of a mile away. It is 1:14. We got stuck in some traffic there getting on 94. It's backed up for about 25 minutes. I looked at the clock. I was like, why the hell did it say 1:30 all of a sudden? That's why, but we got to knock it down to 1:15 now, so we good. We'll have about 3.5 hours left we can drive today, and it's going to be about 5 hours or 6-7 hours to the next place. So we're going to knock as much of it out as we can today. We got to go here somewhere. There it is, the fence. I see the fence. Remember when I talked to the guy yesterday, I was like, anything special I need to know about your place? I was like, well, when you come in, go up the hill, barn 3. That's where deliveries are set up for me. Barn 3, okay. First is that, well, it's tight. I think, well, I'm used to that. So, but he did say go up the hill and find barn 3. Oh, I see it. That says arrow down, so I need to go to the right. And all they're getting that small pallet. It's only got 3 parts on it, so they're just getting a little pallet of parts. So we'll be in and out of here in no time. Hopefully. Oh, uh-oh. I don't know. Let's figure this out. Well, I'm kind of stuck in a time-space continuum right now because I had 3 hours on my clock when I pulled out of the place back there. Ooh, what's this? That's what you call a super single. You got a big old gator in the road there, westbound. Big old gator. Watch out. Is that the ideal spot to stop, which would be about 120 miles away. It would take a couple hours off the clock, leave me an hour left. Problem is, that's in Gary, Indiana, and nobody want to stay in Gary. I don't care where you stop at Gary. You don't want to stop at either one of those damn truck stops. Gary is just a shithole. Gary's fucking just ghetto fabulous. And then beyond that, there ain't really shit because you get in the Chicagoland area. So you ain't gonna get nothing really until you get out of that area. And then by that point, I won't have any time. So therefore, I'm going to stop a little shorter than I wanted to. The advantage of me stopping shorter, which I'm going to be stopping here like 9 miles in Michigan City, Indiana. There's going to be a Love's up here I'm going to stop at and do my 10 there. Now, hopefully, After I get my belly full, I'm going to be able to, I want to close all my curtains. I want to make it as dark as possible in this bitch. I want to be asleep by, right now it's 1:50. I want to be asleep by like 3. I feel like I can go right to the bed right now and just pass the hell out. But I feel like if I get my belly full, then pass out might be easier. But if I make it as dark as possible, maybe I can trick my body into thinking it's actual nighttime and it'll sleep straight through instead of waking up at like 7. Like, well, nap's over, no, whatever. And if I can, let's get up about 2 o'clock. Maybe even earlier. I don't know. I just want to get a full sleep session in and then start driving at that point so I can avoid all the mess of the Chicagoland area. I'm avoiding tolls, so I won't be going like downtown Chicago, I don't think, but get around Chicago, maybe get through Milwaukee and Green Bay before all the morning traffic and commute and all that shit starts. So that's kind of the hope. Well, we'll see. But anyway, I'll let you know how it turns out on the next clip. Hold up, there's a love sign. What do they got? They got Taco John's. Okay, tacos. Taco Wednesday, here we come. Well, Trucker Path says I am in the Chicago limits. Chicago limits. So why don't you ride through with me a little bit? Just went under the subway system around here, or the train system. I'm not sure if it's subway or not, but the transit train system, we'll just call it that. See what's going on. That's all you need to see. Look at them, like, look at the wall of brake lights, y'all. Downtown Chirac, Chicago. There's only one thing I ever really want to see in the Windy City. One day when I'll take the time and I'll come here and see it. I want to see the bean, man. You know, the chrome kidney bean, right? And you know how I know about that bean? How I found out about that bean? Remember that movie Source Code with Jake Gyllenhaal? You know, where he's a helicopter pilot and he dies over in the military or wherever, and they got his body or his brain or some shit in some sort of machine. He can go through time and like revisit events that happen to try to find out how to prevent a bombing from happening, all that crap. The movie's Source Code. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's pretty good. But that's the only reason I know about the bean. Only reason. And I've watched that movie, I don't know, half a dozen times, I guess. That's, at one point, I really liked it. So, that's the only thing I want to come to Chicago for, is to see the bean. The giant chrome kidney bean. And the one reason I don't want to be here downtown Chicago is I don't want to run over Nissan
keep right
Versas.
towards Interstate 90 West, Kennedy Expressway.
Okay, I will, sweetheart. Shut your mouth. Damn you. Damn you. Wisconsin! Wisconsin! You know the part of that movie 2012 to
Now
where...
keep right.
Shut up! To where, all shit starts breaking loose. Earthquake gets or California gets an earth crack, and there's an older couple up on the balcony, and the wife's like, she looks out there and says, "I told you, Lou, we gotta move back to Wisconsin." So when I'm reading the signs for Wisconsin today, and that's all I'm hearing is that scene, Wisconsin, the way he talks. So once we get past all this mess and I have open highway again, that's when I'm going to call the place. Because I didn't realize too, it was like 9 hours to get from when we started, and I didn't take into account that I'm going to have to do a 30-minute break. So right now my ETA is 4:43 Eastern time. Because again, we'll be crossing right at the state line. Once we get back into Michigan, we'll be back in Eastern time. So probably gonna have to trying to get all 3 of those done tomorrow in time. You know what? If I get done in time for payroll, I get done in time for payroll. If I don't, then you know what? So be it. That was just the goal, to get done in time for payroll, and then get in position near Green Bay for our Monday pickup. So we'll talk about that though in the next video. Anyhow, let me stop yapping. Yap. Get through this mess, make the phone call, and see what we can work out with that location. Alright, so when it comes to timing, I talked to them, and I'm not going to make it there before they leave. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get there. I just looked all over Google. It looks like they may have a gate, but they also may not have a gate. It's like I can pull onto the main drive without a gate. There might be a gate there at the building. It looks like it could be a gate. I don't know if it is or not, but even if there is a gate, well, if there's not a gate, I'll just drive through and I'll park on the lot. If there is a gate, I got room either across the street to park, or I can park in front of the building on that main entrance side. So either way, I'm going to park on the premises this evening and get this thing unloaded first thing in the morning. And I was wanting to deliver this stuff to make sure I want to get paid tomorrow. I want my money paid before the weekend. And it's possible because I just did a connecting route between the next ones. It's like a total of 5.5 hours. So I could possibly be empty by like 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. That should put me just on the cusp of a weekend low, because I'm in Central Time. It'll be, of course, payroll's in Eastern. That could put me on the cusp. I mean, because I have delivered later on a Friday and got paid, but I've also delivered earlier on a Friday and I didn't get paid. It's going to depend on how busy they are at payroll. But that team in payroll is awesome. They do their best. Technically, they got 24 hours before they have to pay us, but they spoiled us. They have. They do their jobs and they do it well. So if I can get paid before the weekend, great. If not, then, you know, so be it. It is what it is. We just stopped at the Loves. Where am I at? Sheboygan! We're in Sheboygan! Well, we didn't just. We've been here for about 45 minutes. Hell, maybe even longer. I don't know. Because I already knew I wasn't going to make it tonight. I just wanted to sit here. I wanted to look at it. And I was like, well, I'm here just killing time. Let me do a little laundry. They don't have laundry here. She's like, well, if you sign this little petition, we'll send it to corporate. We get enough requests, they'll add it to us. I mean, that shouldn't even be a question. Automatically, Love's should have laundries in all truck stops, whether it's a 50-spot truck stop, 70-spot truck stop. Don't say get enough signatures at your location sent to us here at corporate and we'll add laundry. That shouldn't even be a thing. Laundry should be automatic. No driver's going to say no to laundry, having a laundry option. I told them they ought to just go ahead and do that just fill that thing out automatically. No driver's going to say, no, I don't want laundry. It is what it is. But yeah, so we're going to just kind of hang out here for a little bit. Right now we're 4.5 hours away. I don't want to get there too damn soon, because there's nothing close for like sustenance or whatever. But I think what I grabbed out of here, I got a couple bottles of water. I already drank my electrolyte that I had here, and I got a few Monsters, so that should be enough for my beverage intake for the evening. There's a Hardee's here. Maybe I'll grab a sandwich or something for later, or I'll grab a cold sandwich out of the deli cooler they got before I head out, just to have something in the truck for later. But I don't know. We'll see. Just giving you an update. All right. Well, we just hit the Green Bay city limits. We'll arrive at our location about 10 o'clock, and then we'll park there. I stayed back at that Love's for, I don't know, 4 hours or so. Laid back in the sleeper. Tried to take a nap, but I didn't get one in. It's probably a good thing, so I can go to bed a decent hour tonight. Get up in the morning and continue on with this load. But I'm not gonna lie. I've thought about just stopping here at the Schneider Yard here in Green Bay. Why? Because one, it's an open gate, and the part that you enter in on that property is the drop lot. You have to go through the drop lot to get down to the main campus of Schneider University, I reckon you'd call it. So I don't know if anybody would actually notice me if I just kind of backed up in between two Schneider trailers and just kind of hung out there. I mean, technically I'm still a part of Schneider, Schneider Finance anyway. And that's also where I got my truck. That's where I got Big Blue. That's where the SFI office is. So maybe it might not have been a bad thing. The problem is that place is a training facility. It's a driver center, not an OC. Meaning there is no showers or anything there. So, which is why you never stayed there. You know what? Just because it's not an OC might be the reason I would get away with it. I don't know. I'm sure there's cameras all over the lot. Maybe someone would have came out at some point and said, "Hey, what are you doing here?" But seeing as how I got an SFI truck and I'm still technically with Schneider in the business part, I wonder if they let me stay. But that's too far away. Yeah, I wouldn't remember how to get there. I mean, it wouldn't be too hard for me to find the address, I'm sure. But it was a thought. I also thought about when I was coming up earlier, before I decided to stop, was to stop by here and just go say hey to my trainer and old Dan the man. Thought about going by there and just saying hey. But we're not. We're going to continue going north and get to where we can be. And if we feel like we need to stop anywhere, we'll probably stop at a KT, a Quick Trip, somewhere along the way, just to grab some sustenance. I didn't grab anything back here at the Love's, didn't want anything. But I'll stop by a Quick Trip at some point. We'll grab something, just to have in the truck. Mostly just to start off the day tomorrow in the morning, make sure I have some water and some beverages, caffeine, so I can start my day. All right, so remember that quick trip I talked about, so I might stop at, which is 2 hours from the spot? I stopped there, and I was going to go ahead and just stay there. 2 hours away, no problem. Get up at 6, be there at 8. Because I don't want to be in a somewhere where I need services. I need laboratories for my emergency 2 a.m. crap if it ever pops up. Unfortunately, that's one of those trucks fuel locations. Yeah, we'll take your money, go buy what you want, spend your money, but you can't park here. So didn't have any truck parking there. But I'm only 2 hours, so I'm 108 miles away. 2 hours. I'm just going to go ahead and go to site, go to location. Now, since I stopped doing dailies, I've had messages, I've had emails, I've had comments saying, bro, you got to go back to dailies, or asking if I'll ever go back to dailies, or saying, hey man, we missed your dailies. I enjoy the video when you post it, but we do miss your dailies. We watch, me and the wife watch you every day on the TV. We look forward to when you do post, but we miss your dailies. Okay. Okay. I will make sure, because this is Thursday evening. I deliver and close out this load tomorrow on Friday. I will get it edited over the weekend, and I have it scheduled to go up on Monday. I pick up my next load on Monday. So starting Monday, we'll get back to dailies. It's also going to help me. It's going to keep me. Now, it's going to hurt me in some instances, because I want to preface this. I'm going to shoot for dailies videos. Instead of doing load videos, like, one video per load, I'll shoot going back to dailies, okay? But if I get into a scheduling conflict where I know I need to be up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning to make a load done and all that jazz, I'm gonna have to skip editing that night and skip a day and just get it up when I can. So expect that. Because there's been times over the past couple of weeks to where I've had to get up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and if I had to edit videos for 3 or 4 hours that night before, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So I will go back to dailies as many days as I can in a row. Every day I'm running, I'll have a video. Now, when I'm off on a reset or a weekend, different story. Every day I'm working, I will record. I appreciate the feedback, and I appreciate y'all saying that to me. So honestly, I didn't think I'd get that much buck, I'd say. I'd get that much like aggravation. I know you're all being supportive. You're just saying things that I need to hear. So, okay, you win. I enjoy recording. I enjoy editing. But again, I can do what I need to do on my end for my goals that I set, and still be able to record. So thank you for voicing y'all's thoughts and your feelings about the new schedule change. I appreciate it. It woke me up a little bit. It means a lot. It does. So yeah, daily videos will start coming back when you see this video on Monday, the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. This video will be live Monday the 10th, and therefore daily videos will begin again, unless I'm off. Thanks for all the feedback, guys. Appreciate it. Good morning. It is 7:40 locally. Show you where I'm at. Right here at the gate. That truck just pulled up. This is where I slept. I've been up about 10 minutes. So we got a sign of life. So let's get this day started and get this load finished. So I've been following this slow ass for about the past 30 miles. Couldn't get around him nowhere. So now I gotta wait on this. And he's got a step deck, which is too low for the dock, and now they're there discussing it. I don't see any ramps on his trailer either, so. Oh well, now we wait. 10:30. Good news is they're sitting there discussing things and they haven't figured out the best action yet. So instead of keeping me blocked and making me wait, they went ahead and let me go. And we've only been here about 25 minutes. So now we're off to our next one, 101 miles, about an hour and 52 minutes, says Trucker Path. But that flatbed, he walked by, he's like, man, I saw you behind me, bro, but my company won't let me go no faster than I was going. He's like, speed limit 55. I want to run 60, but they'll yell at me, and I was like, no worries, brother. So I did try to pass you a couple times, but I didn't want to go too damn fast either, so. He's like, as soon as I pulled up, made that turn back here, I was like, I knew you was coming. I was like, as soon as I got close enough to see that John Deere logo on that damn thing, I knew you was going where I was going. I was like, some bitch, so. But it's a cool cat. So anyhow, yeah, we're heading to the next one, 101 miles away. Should be there about 12:40. Let's keep going. We're just a couple miles away from our place from our next stop in Cameron, Wisconsin is where we're at. They got some weird addresses around here. Like, our delivery is like on 20 and a half road. Our exit we're getting off here in a minute is 18 and a half road. One of the brighter sides of being up north for the past week or so is the cooler temperatures. It's been mid-70s. I haven't had to run the AC or the truck at night, so that's nice. I like it. But I'm ready to get back south where I belong. Get out of the north. See, this place has signs. Makes it easier. Big old sign at the main gate and a little sign right here says cut through here. Deliveries here. I'm looking for a dock. Oh, there it is. I see it. Oh, they should have had us. They should have had me come in the front. That would have been much better. Okay. It's to our left. Well, we can do it. This pickup's going to make it a little bit more challenging. Alright, so let's go back. We'll get out and open our doors once we get squared away. All the pickup's moving. Thank you. Kind of angle y'all that way a little bit so you can kind of see what we're heading into. Right there. Or on the other side of this building, there's a dock. Yep. We need to cut it sooner. Let's do a little readjustment here real quick. Let's go open our doors. Alright, so by the time I got in the dock, did my electronic stuff, showing arrival and all that, by the time I got back there, he was already yanking that mower off. So, stop 4 complete. We are now Putting in the address for our final location in Chippewa Falls. Is it that close? I thought I did a search here one time. It said 64 miles. It's 39 miles away. I like it. Next one is the Tractor Central as well. Final one done, and we'll head towards Green Bay to do we'll talk about that later. Let me get out, close my doors, and get going. Chippewa Falls, baby. Receiving to the left. Copy that. Nice big signs. There you go. Give us some direction, and I bet you we'll all get where you want us to be. Delivery entrance straight ahead. I see the dock right there in front of us. Currently it's 1:42 local time. See the docks, the high ones for the vans, low ones for the steps. Well, yeah, high ones for vans and flatbeds, low ones for steps. let me do my thing. All right, so the Benson, North Carolina John Deere load to Kalamazoo, Michigan, Houghton, Michigan, Mason, Wisconsin, Cameron, Wisconsin, and Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin is completed. 1,602 total miles, 8.6 miles per gallon on this trip. And the fifth wheel truck done lost its donkey trailer over there on the northbound side of the highway. Got the left lane blocked off. But I'm going to stop here in 7 miles at a quick trip. I'm going to get some food and some beverages because I'm out of beverages and I haven't had food today because I slept on the property. So we're going to go and do that, and then we got 195 miles before we get to our location, which happens to be on Walker Drive in Green Bay. We'll talk more about that next video, but this trip is over. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, along this journey. Remember, daily videos start back up on today, Monday, when you're seeing this. So tomorrow's video will be my pickup in Green Bay and details about it. So that's it. Thanks so much for all the support. Appreciate y'all reaching out to me, talking me back into doing the dailies. It'll be good for all of us, I think. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow.